What's up, guys? Rick here with my top 5 fades for this week's Genesis Invitational. These are golfers that I'm not as interested in maybe as the rest of the industry, guys that I'm probably going to be staying away from, whether completely or just significantly underweight. So we'll go through 5 of those, but 2 quick announcements here at the top. First of all, the new RickRunGood.com/bets page is now available. So this is the home where I'm going to be hosting all of the best offers for sports books as this becomes legalized in all the states. So I've got it broken down by book, state by state. William Hill, BetMGM, BetRivers, they are all giving unbelievable deals, right? I mean, it's an arms race to get new users, and users are benefiting, right? I mean, Indiana has $2,000 worth of free bets. Iowa, $500. I mean, it's just hundreds and hundreds of dollars in free bets. So you can go take advantage of those at the books below and check back on this page often because hopefully there'll be more states added. The offers will be updated, but the ones we have right now on there are pretty good. And then the other headline, the other news item is don't forget Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern on the Rick Run Good YouTube channel will be the Genesis Invitational live chat. So that's your ownership, your weather, your question and answer, your final thoughts, all that good stuff. So join me for that. But otherwise, let's jump into this week's fades. All right, we're going to start at the bottom and work our way up, and we're going to start with Patrick Rodgers, who I know is going to catch some level of ownership this week because you look at the course history, and it's pretty good. His last 4 years at Riviera, he has finished no worse than 30th. He's finished no better than 15th, so 4 finishes between 15th and 30th. He is a very good putter on Poana greens. All that is understood. But I'm looking at a guy who has missed 4 cuts in a row, a guy that has missed 5 of his last 6. He's missed 6 of his last 7. He's missed 8 of his last 10. It's just too much at this point. You know, I really think that Riviera is a sticky course history course, but if you show up and you can't hit the ball where you want it to go, it doesn't matter what your course history is. And I'm not sure that guys like Patrick Rodgers can just flip a switch, show up at a place that he's had a decent bit of success at and find it again. So I'm out on Patrick Rodgers. I don't necessarily need to take a stand on a guy at $6,700 when there are other options here, whether it's Mackenzie Hughes, Doc Redman, Harold Varner III. So I just feel like he is not as good as some of his other peers. He's going to catch a bit more ownership because people are going to look at the course history. But for me, I'm out on Patrick Rodgers, and we'll catch up with him next time. Next up is Kevin Streelman, who was incredibly popular at Pebble Beach last week, and he should have been. He goes and tries to almost steal that thing away on Sunday, getting, after the turn there, and he's in contention. He makes a couple of big numbers late, and it derails him, but he finishes 13th, which is just fine for Kevin Streelman. I'm wondering if people are going to try to carry that momentum over into this week. I'm not going to be one of them. I really like Kevin Streelman, and I've been on record a lot saying, him, Kevin Na, Mackenzie Hughes, these guys are poppers, right? They have the ability to finish inside the top 5 a lot of weeks. They're not going to do it with any level of consistency, but they do pop up. Unfortunately, as good as Kevin Streelman's history was at Pebble Beach, it is the bizarro world version of it here at Riviera. I mean, he has been really bad the last couple of years. Cut 41st, cut 35th, 27th. In fact, he has played this event 11 times. It is the most times he has played any event without ever finishing in the top 25. Think about that. There's like 8 or 9 other events he's played this often, and he's got top 25s, top 10s. A lot of them he has top 5s at. Not here. So something going on at Riviera for Kevin Streelman. I'm not going to try to carry that momentum. We'll catch up with Kevin Streelman at a later date, but I'm out on him for this week at the Genesis. Next up is Matthew Wolff, and this is a little bit scary. I really like Matthew Wolff long term. I think the game is maturing at such an incredible rate. What he has lost right now is the driver, which is his weapon. So to put this into perspective, in his last 5 measured starts, he has lost a total of 8.6 strokes off the tee. To put that into perspective, in the 5 measured starts before that, he gained a total of 17.5 strokes. So you're talking about between those 5 measured starts, a difference of 25 strokes off the tee. Let that sink in. I do think that he's going to be able to figure out the driver eventually, right? Because that's his weapon. That's the one thing that's easiest to get back to. Even if he does figure that out, I'm still worried about the short game. You know, we talk about Riviera specifically. You're going to miss a lot of fairways. You're going to miss a lot of greens. You're going to have to be able to get up and down. It kind of bit him at Torrey Pines, which is a similar situation where you've got to be able to get up and down for par. The short game is not there for Matthew Wolff. So even if he does figure out the driver, I'm worried about the rest of it. If he doesn't figure out the driver, it's probably going to be a pretty short week for him. So that's my current assessment of Matthew Wolff. We're going to find him and we're going to use him in spots which are much more open, much more forgiving, maybe some bigger greens. And he's going to probably win at some point this year, but I don't think it's going to be at Riviera. Next up is Jordan Spieth, and I'm really not sure how popular he's going to be this week. You know, looking forward to the Wednesday live chat to see what those ownership numbers are, because I really don't know. You know, the resurgence, this mini resurgence with back-to-back top 5 finishes, there are plenty of good takeaways from that. I'm much more optimistic about him now than I was even 3 weeks ago. But Riviera is a tough spot. Riviera is a tough spot because there is a big number lurking everywhere. And unlike a lot of his peers, or maybe more so than a lot of his peers, Jordan Spieth is susceptible to a big number. We've seen him do it at Riviera. We've seen him shoot an 81 in the final round in 2019 because he left 5 shots in the bunker on 10. I mean, it's difficult out there. If you're just a little bit off, you're in trouble. And the one thing about Spieth that some of his, you know, I was watching this on Sunday last week. Patrick Cantlay never compounds an error with another error or a mistake with another mistake. He never does it. He hits one bad shot. He gets back into play. He figures it out. He makes par. Spieth is the opposite of that. He takes a bad shot and then hits an unlucky shot and then presses and tries to do it again. And when you look up, he's made a 7. And I just think he's more susceptible to the big number than a lot of others. So for me, that is a big concern around Riviera, a place that I've seen him drop big numbers at. I'll be interested to see as we get closer to Augusta, as we get some other places, what Spieth looks like moving forward. But I don't think this is a really good spot for him. And then finally, Brooks Koepka is the guy I'm probably going to have the least of at the top. I don't have a strong sentiment on this. You know, Brooks is volatile, right? He goes 3 missed cuts. He gets a victory. Is he now back? I don't know. We're going to find out. But for me, you know, he doesn't have the course history as some of these other guys here. He's played here twice. He missed the cut in 2017. He finished 43rd in 2020. We're still seeing, you know, remove the win last week, which was great, and everyone melted around him. And Brooks said, "I'll just take this tournament." You know, we've seen a lot of inconsistency from Brooks over the last year or so. So I don't know if he's going to have 2 really great weeks in a row. You look at where he's priced on the DraftKings board or the betting board. You know, I like Xander more. I like Bryson more. They're more expensive. I like Colin Morikawa's odds better. He's less expensive. So he's just kind of in this awkward spot. It's not really a full fade of Brooks himself. It's kind of just like a full fade of his situation and kind of the tier that he's in. So I have to draw a line, and we all do. We all have to draw a line somewhere at the top of this board. I'm kind of crossing out Brooks Koepka, and I'm going to make some decisions and build lineups and build my betting card with some of these other guys in better positions. All right, there you go. My top 5 fades for this week's Genesis Invitational. Join me Wednesday for the live chat, 3 p.m. Eastern time on the Rick Run Good YouTube channel. Go to rickrungood.com/bets. Get your free bets from all the books that are offering it. And yeah, best of luck this week. Tweet me at RickRunGood. Leave a comment below, and I'll talk to you guys soon.